to have a healthy brain. My name is Brisa Mayombo, mindset and transformation coach. I'm on a mission to help women who suffer from trauma, childhood trauma and postpartum trauma here. And part of that is, is the damage. Talk about the damage of the brain. And I always say that the brain is one of the most important part of our body, but yet it's always neglected. People who are suffering from depression, dementia, all the things that we know because of it. Most of them, I know the natural medicine will ask you to go take pills, but I'm telling you, I suffer from depression, especially when when I doing the trauma when I was raped at the age of 11. Also, once my child was, when my child was, died, and I also had depression, kind of depression, and I had an option to either take pills or not take pills, and I choose not to be taking pills. I choose to use, heal myself naturally. Okay, and at the end of this video, I'm going to be talking about what the thing that I've been taking, since then that have helped me. So we're talking about the brain, how to really have the brain or a healthy brain. I wanted to know before we go further, it's really scientists and really, details. I want to talk about, it's a human brain that has at least like 86 billion neurons and nerves, all right? And it's also represent 2%, okay, of the total body weight. Only 2%, yet important. And it's consumed 20% of the body oxygens. Can you believe that? Supply more than 25% of our body glucose and body energy when supplies at rest. So it's really, really one of the things that is really important. It's kind of a little small, but yet important, okay? So how to have a balanced life and balance your brain. The first of all, to achieve the balanced life, you have to make sure that you challenge your brain daily. A lot of people, will wake up in the morning and start sitting, watching TV and think, one thing, never start your day turning on the TV and start sitting watching the news. It is not good for your brain. Make sure that on the daily basic, for example, that you start your day usually with an exercise, whatever it's. So you might not have a 1 hour, but you can have 20 minutes. That 20 minutes that can be good for your brain, because while you've been sitting, your brain has been at rest, your body's been at rest. Why? When you wake up in the morning, you're pushing what we call dopamine. That is really, really important. That's kind of one of the good things that you need for your brain, okay? Your brain needs to function. It's been asleep. So when you start your day by exercising, instead of sitting in front of the TV, watching news, etc., you kind of activate that energy that you need. So you exercise in the thing. It's really, really good for your body, so your emotion, etc., because we are joints. We have joints for a reason. We need to move them. The other thing that you need to make sure also is to make sure that you always challenge your brain. You have to learn new things. There's some people, they think that the only thing that, I don't go to school. No, it's not only at school. You can be self-learn. You can be self-developed, okay? There are people who are educated, but they're poor developed. So you have to make sure that you challenge, learn new things. There can be vacation. I know this year is kind of thing, but still, what new thing have you learned since January? Okay, what is the new book? There's so many books are coming out there. One new thing, I'm talking about movie. If you talk about movie, people will tell you what the movie they watch. But again, the other is not the only thing. One new thing has been learned since then. One new thing has been discovered. You have to be, curious, because your mind is really hungry. When you activate your mind, your neurons will move, will be activated. That's how you keep them kind of young. That's how you keep them healthy. But when you've been sitting and you don't use that brain, you only use, and it's been stating that people are only using less than 2% of the brain capacity. Can you imagine that? Imagine that you really use at least 10%. It will be wonder. I mean, we'll be doing amazing intervention, but you need to really trigger your brain. Find something new to learn every single day or every single week. Challenge yourself. What do you want to do this week? Challenge things that you never done. It might be, it might be a puzzle. It might be, discover something that really triggers, that makes your brain to focus. You need it. Your brain cell need to be back up. It gives your brain energy again and again. The higher mental activity is, okay, the higher focus you have, and also you have to do it consistently. Some people are suffering from dementia and stuff like that. They haven't been, a lot of them, they've used that usage of their brain. Why? Because it had never been used, never been triggered. Maybe you've been doing the same job forever and ever for the past 20 or 30 years. Your brain has not learned anything new. Therefore, those cells are dying little by little. But contrary, in the opposite, you might be doing, I don't know, you might be a lawyer during the day, and during the afternoon you love gardening. And instead of just using the 101 method that for grammar, you can be decided to go and, I don't know, attend attend a garden seminar. You can decide to go and discover new plants, etc. Whatever that you do, you need to find something new to discover every single day. It's gonna bring excitement in your life. It's gonna be bring excitement for your brain, etc. And of course, that's how you keep your cells alive. Also, you have to make sure that you have some social interaction. I know right now we're talking about the distance, social distance, or whatever years you're going to be watching this video. But we are human beings. We grow, d'accord, when we are connected. You need to have that social interaction. For example, that gym that you have, it can be a social, it can be a community service. It can be somewhere that you're really interacting in the society. All right, that feeds that energy also, and it makes you feel like you need it. You're doing something, you're being valued. You're exchanging your time against something. You're making someone happy. That are really something that triggers the brain. And again, it said that there's a magical thing inside. When you bring joy to someone, that kind of lighten your brain. So again, it's really, really crucial for your well-being, okay, for your mind well-being, okay, to be able to interact, everything. It can be dancing, it can be joking, whatever you want. It can be just at the park. It's usually, I remember when I used to live in a nice place that they called natural state, when we would meet everything, every single weekend. People will be joking, walking, and you just enjoy just that feeling of greeting someone on the park, being on your back and greeting someone. It's really good. It's social interaction, okay? You might be in the nature, you might be at the park, you might be at the, at the dance, you might be learning Zumba, learn something. You never maybe done Zumba before in your life, okay? Start doing a Zumba class. You might be in natation, go in there and do swimming lesson. Do something new, exciting. And again, I'm telling you, the excitement that you're gonna have is like a little 2 years old, okay? Who's just discovered the best ice cream ever. I just have to bring that example. I love ice cream, you know that. So again, that's really, really good for you. So exercise. And also the other thing, the third thing that you need to know is to make sure that you sleep. A lot of people are tired, a lot of people are frustrated, a lot of people have developed those anxiety because they don't give their body enough time to rest. There was an app that I was using that will help me really track my sleeping. I'm telling you, it's so excited knowing that you've been sleeping for 10 hours or 9 hours, 8 hours. Usually they say the adult usually we have to sleep at least 6 to 8 hours, okay? But again, how so many people sleep less than 5 hours. Some people don't even sleep. Your brain needs to rest. If you're keeping your brain awake, okay, if you're sleeping, you're in bed and you're probably on the phone, that is the worst mistake to do. Never, never, never go on your bed with an advice. With a device. You're not going to be sleeping because your brain is going to be like lighting. You're going to be thinking. You're going to be lying in bed, okay? You're going to be sleeping. Your body's going to be kind of rest, but your brain is going to be alert because why? Your phone is right there. It's the same thing as putting your phone next to you. Don't do that. Put it in a certain distance and put it on silent mode, okay? That way, when it vibrates, when the notification come on, you're not tempted to go and learn it. Even if you go to the bathroom, okay, in the middle of the night, you're not tempted to that. Why? Because you're waking your brain while you're sleeping. During the night, your brain is supposed to be at rest, as is your body. It's really, really important. Sleep is, I will always say that sleep is the best medicine after food, okay? You need to sleep. You need to sleep, and it's also during that sleep that's how you have that recovering process that your body needs, that your brain needs. Again, that's how your cells regenerate. Okay, it's really, really important. Again, the higher quality of sleep that you have, okay, the better is your emotions, the better also is your emotional memory. It's really, really, really important. The capacity to retain information will be best. If you're tired, if you're fatigued, it's going to be hard for you to retain information. Whereas if you still have a good night of sleep, for example, before going and taking an exam, etc., it's going to be really good for you. It's going to be beneficial for you versus someone who never sleep, who stay all night, doing, whatever they want to do to stay awake. You're gonna be performing for the same thing. If you don't sleep at night, you have a meeting next day, you have something the day before, it's gonna be only noticed on your face, but also your mood and your energy. Of course, the result is just gonna be chaos. So you have to be really mindful of how many hours. It depends on how many hours you just have quality of sleep. All right. Also, to at the end of the day, you try not to go to bed on a heavy stomach. Usually give yourself at least 3 hours before going to bed. Do not eat anything 3 hours. Why? Because when you sleep, you need to give your time, your digestive system the time to digest and really go in light. The lighter you go to bed, okay, the lighter you go to bed, the nicer, okay, that your sleep is gonna be. Imagine you're having a big, a big giant meal right before bed. It's gonna be hard for you to digest. You're gonna be uncomfortable. You're gonna be bloated, okay. And again, I'm telling you, I don't even see how you're gonna end up sleeping. Usually, that's how I do. have your heaviest meal at noon, all right, really far away from your bedtime. And the lighter, the longer you go, the deeper you go, the closer you go to bed, your meal needs to be light. And usually, what I do, I have a midnight, what I call a midnight snack, which is usually just an apple, okay, or just a snack. That's it. And then some people will have a glass of milk, but I don't milk. I just do water, and I have my apple. That is my night, my midnight snack. And again, it's something that a habit that I've been incorporating. That even at 2 years old, it's kind of addicted of that. But again, that's, hey, it's a good addiction. You do what's work for you, but I'm just telling you, for about. And again, it's really your brain cell, your stress level will be impacting. You will see the difference once you start implementing those techniques. It's going to be really good. And again, the last one, avoid toxin. Those people who drink alcohol or who drink coffee, etc., try avoid the maximum to really have it. Limit your consumption until you really get rid of that. Again, that's gonna be the usage, and the goodwill of your brain. And the last one, of course, the food that we're eating, because we are what we eat. I can never emphasize on that. The mood that you have, the quality of your sleep, your performance, your energy, etc., your mood, it's all dictated by the energy that you have at the end of the day or the beginning of the day. It's all based on the food that you are consuming. I always like to joke when I say that, because I also have a cooking page, Lady List Mama Brisia, where I really share that journey. And again, when I tell people that it's kind of funny when we so focus on taking good care of our car, because we kind of conscious that if the car doesn't work, we cannot go to work, we cannot do activities. But the same thing that our body, that is our number one engine, we kind of neglect it. So we put whatever trash that we want to do, and once we sick, only when we sick, or when a doctor tells us that you're gonna be dying if you don't do this, then we start freaking out and doing the opposite instead of being aware of what and mindful of what we're eating. So I hope that really that you're gonna apply this little thing to have a healthy mind, and I hope that's gonna be beneficial. And let me know which one you think is gonna be most difficult for you to apply, or the easier to apply. And don't forget, if you really like that kind of content, let us know, okay, whatever you're struggling with. And don't forget, you are what you're thinking. And leave us a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, or share it. And I'll see you in my next video. Remember that you are born for a purpose, so never compare your life, nor the experience that you're facing in. I want you to embrace your uniqueness, and we are here together to change lives one mind at a time. And that was your quote with all my love. Bye bye.